What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about something a little bit different. Here recently I just took it upon myself to buy the Mojotone British 50 kit to build. I've always been a Marshall fanboy, so I figured why not? For the price, that'd be a really fun JMP to build. There's not a lot of videos on YouTube about this kit from people other than Mojotone, so I want to talk about some of the issues that I've ran into. Maybe some of you can help me or point me in a better direction. And I want to talk about my experience overall building the kit. Now, I haven't documented me building the entire thing, but I have taken a lot of photos. But before I show that, I want to talk about one of the main issues in the preamp that I've already ran into. One of my 22 nanofarad caps, I believe, has gone bad, so I ended up ordering more, and my parts should be here this morning, so I'm going to go ahead and swap that out. I thought the wiring was bad on the high input where the two inputs cascade. I double checked the wiring from Mojotone. I even rewired it per Marshall's spec from the original wiring diagram, and the high input still did not work. I sent pictures to the guys at Mojotone. They said that everything looks normal, so let's get into it. Okay, guys, so here is the inside of the Mojotone British 50 kit. So if you look right here over to this side, from the green wire over is the preamp section. So like I said before, my high input was not working, but the low input was. Now, I think it's a problem in the preamp section because the low input bypasses V1, right? It goes right to the second tube. So when I set my multimeter to read a capacitor and I come right over here to the first 22 nanofarad cap, I've got 0.00 and it should read 22 nanofarads. So then when I come over to the second one, I've got 4.5, and then it goes right up to 25, which is a little bit high, but it should be somewhere in that range, 22 to, I don't know what the tolerance is on these, but if I keep going down the board, you know, to the next cap, it instantly shoots up to 3 and then 5 and then 23.9, and I can keep on going. And it's the same thing, you know, it's up there from 22 to 25. That's what makes me think that there's a problem in the preamp. And I have triple checked my high input wiring. This is my first build, so I know the lead dress is absolutely not the best that it could be. So if you guys have any tips or tricks and comments, go ahead and leave them in the comment section because I will read it. Anything that I can do to get better for my next build. I plan on building the Mojotone JTM 45 here soon with the master volume mod. But before I order that, I want to get the JMP working correctly. The guys from Mojotone helped me walk through the voltages off my tube preamps and the tube power amp sockets, and even they agreed that all of my voltages are correct. After researching all kinds of different forums online, there was not a lot of information that I could find on this specific issue and how somebody fixed it with this kit. So if anybody has ran into this issue or does know anything about this, please leave me a comment so that way I can review it and maybe go back and double check what I did wrong. Okay, guys, I've got my soldering iron heating up right now. We're going to go ahead and remove the 22 nanofarad cap. My plans for this kit, once I get it working correctly, I want to do the head first Jakey Lee mod in like a regular JMP 2204 or 2203 that Jason does. I think that sounds awesome. I couldn't be happier with the sound, so that's kind of what I'm shooting for with this build. So let's go ahead and remove this. I have already ordered the parts from Mauser to do the Jakey Lee mod. So I'm just kind of waiting to get this amp squared away. And hopefully all will be right. And that puppy should just come right out like that. And even again, when I have my multimeter set to capacitance outside of the circuit, it's still not reading correctly. So I'm hoping that when I replace this, it's going to fix the problem and I can be on my way. Okay guys, so I've got my new parts from Mojotone. They just came from FedEx, and I got a whole bunch of 22 nanofarad caps, enough to completely redo the board if I have to. I also got a couple of the 0.68 big caps that are right here down at the end. If I replace this cap and I'm still not getting anything, then I thought it'd be maybe a good idea if I have to replace that. At least I'll have a couple. And then I did also end up getting 2 new input jacks just to also try and eliminate that. If that is an issue, I know maybe sometimes if you solder on them input jacks and get them too hot, it can make them go bad. But I did test both of the jacks and they seem to be working fine. So I'm going to go ahead and fire up the soldering iron and we will install the new 22 nanofarad cap. Okay guys, so I got the new coupling cap installed. Let's go ahead and kick on the amp and we'll see if that fixed the problem on the high input jack. I've got it plugged into my Bogner 412 with 2 vintage 30s and 2 greenbacks. So there's the low input. Let's try the high input. I've still got nothing. Okay guys, well after further review, the 22 nanofarad coupling cap did not fix this issue. Turns out I just did not pay close enough attention to my circuit in the preamp section and I was just missing a jumper wire. So now the amp is working perfect. So I'm going to be doing a demo of this amp through my Bogner 412 with 2 greenbacks and 2 vintage 30s here shortly. All right, guys, so that wraps it up here for the Mojotone British 50 build. If you can tell right here, I did have my wife make me the JMP sticker with her Cricket. If you guys didn't know, that adds just a little bit more gain in the circuit. This has been an awesome build. If anybody is interested in building one, I would highly recommend it. For the money, you can't go wrong with this. This is actually not a Mojotone head shell. This is one that I already had, and luckily enough, the chassis fit perfect in the front. So that just about sums it up for the Mojotone British 50 build. If you guys are Marshall, Gibson, any kind of music lovers, hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe. It really helps the YouTube algorithm and my channel grow. Until the next video, see you guys.